everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today we're doing another pick a card reading, and this time we're asking, what are your sensual qualities? What makes you hot? What makes you attractive, magnetic, and just so stunning? What draws people into you? I believe it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what your personality is like, we all have magnetic qualities about us, and if we tune into those qualities and really just be our authentic selves, then we will be beautiful, okay? I don't think there's a single ugly person out there. The only thing that makes people ugly is their personality sometimes. So let's see what your attractive qualities are. So take a moment to breathe deeply, relax, and take a look at all 5 of these cards, these stones, and see whichever one is pulling you in. Some of you might be drawn to more than one, and that's perfectly fine, or just one. We have group 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pause the video now and select your group. While you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share this video with friends to see what their redeeming qualities are. Group number 1, let's see what your sensual magnetic qualities are. We are actually going to save this card for last, so let's put it aside here. Coming from the spirit animal deck, we have the zebra. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful card, guys. This is the zebra spirit, which truly shows that you are the type of person that refuses to be what I call a normie. You refuse to be just like everybody else. You know, some people might enjoy, like, I don't know, iced lattes, Ugg boots, normal things. That is not your vibe at all. You like eclectic fashion, you like eclectic hobbies. I mean, I'm not surprised you're here watching a tarot card reading, which is a pretty unusual hobby, I guess you could say. But I don't know, I'm also getting these visions that if you have a home or a bedroom or a space that's your own, you're the type of person who has a very unique style as well, and you probably collect very interesting items, like to paint your space a interesting color, or just there's a very specific style about you. Obviously this is a general reading, so we can't dive too much into it. I'm also seeing some people who select the group number 1 have beautiful multicolored hair. You know, you're not the type of person to be afraid to dye your hair pink or orange or something crazy like that. Get a mullet, get some edginess going on, you know, whatever. However this energy expresses yourself, you are certainly not normal, and people really love that about you, really notice that about you. You know, I feel like when you're out in public, people might actually stare at you, and you might think that they're staring at you, you know, judging you, thinking like, oh, look at this person and their style. But really, I think you'd be surprised to understand that many of those people who stare at you when you're in public are actually staring at you because you have this magnetic energy about you. You have a very unique style that draws their eye towards you. I feel like most people who select the group number 1, I would say almost all, whenever you catch somebody staring at you, for whatever reason your mind jumps to the negative, but I would say challenge that belief. Every time you see somebody staring at you, just assume that it's because you're magnetic, okay? I mean, obviously there might be 1 or 2 I guess you could say Karens who would judge you, but yeah, for the majority, if you ever are in that situation, it's because you have a very magnetic energy and a very unique style that people are very attracted to. Okay, we have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. This is security, so this is more I'm seeing of like, okay, well, first off, the root chakra has to do with security, but it can also just be like raw animalistic tendencies, I guess you could say. So I'm just saying you guys might actually be very sexually appealing to a lot of people. Like your physical body, I mean, like your physical appearance is probably very exciting for people to look at, okay? So there's that. But also with the root chakra, this more so has to do with just this general down-to-earth like quality about you. You know, you're the type of person who can talk to just about anybody if you really wanted to. I mean, even if you're an introvert, you don't really judge people. People feel safe in your energy, you know. For example, if there was like a kid who got lost at the mall and you just so happen to be there, they might choose you to, you know, ask for help or something like that. You just give off a very safe presence, okay? The root chakra has to do with safety, security. I am safe with this person. I feel like they're not gonna judge me. This is an energy about you, just an energy of like, you're not gonna hurt anybody. You're not going to even judge anybody, you know? I don't know, I just got the message wouldn't even hurt a fly. So I wonder if some of you guys are even like vegetarian or vegan or something like that. Like you don't even want to contribute to hurting animals in any way. There's just a general aura of safety about you, and all, and also you know, that physical attraction that we saw. So love that. We have the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Okay, first off, 2 chakra cards, which is awesome. You know, chakras aligned, am I right? But this is the 3rd eye. This is the card of psychics, honestly. And I would say a lot of people who fall under more alternative cultures and fashion choices and lifestyles do tend to have very strong psychic abilities. It's just something I've noticed. People who are able to really escape the matrix and think for themselves and, you know, not just subscribe to whatever the media is telling you. You know, people who are really just free thinking and able to tune into their unique selves and express themselves in a unique way tend to be very psychically perceptive and sensitive, you know, feeling the emotions of others, being able to really look deeper into life. When I see the 3rd eye chakra, I really think of someone who sees things a lot deeper. With this as well, some of you guys, when it comes to friendships and relationships, you might be able to do casual, like friends, casual romantic flings sometimes, but for the most part, I'm really feeling that you like to get deeper, you know? You like to really get to know somebody. You like to really have a type of connection with them. Like, you just feel safer that way. You feel more entwined with that person because you have a very active 3rd eye chakra. So you really like that deepness. You like understanding the deeper spiritual meaning of all the relationships in your life and all of the situations in your life. And you're also very perceptive. If you ever go to someone's houses for the first time, you are like weirdly perceptive in the way that you can observe little things that they have lying around, observe their house, observe their energy, and really get a feel for the psychology behind that person. And also I want to point out, we have the 3rd chakra, 3rd eye chakra, and then on the zebra, the 3rd eye is kind of illuminated there as well. I think that's very interesting. So 3rd eye open. Okay, we got some psychic mediums in the house. Love that. All right, we have prosperity. Beautiful. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So I feel like for many of you, either you are prosperous, you have a nice life for yourself, your needs are met. You know, this is like, my bills are paid, I got a nice car for myself, got nice things. Or you are really focused on manifesting that into your life at this time. And so it's more so just like I value my prosperity, I value my abundance in life, rather than necessarily putting relationships on the pedestal or different, like, you know, not important surface level things on the pedestal. You guys are really focused on creating your own prosperity first and foremost, and then once you have that prosperity, it just overflows from you to other people. So for example, if you're pretty well off in terms of finance, what makes you attractive is like you're not afraid to really just treat your friends, you're not afraid to treat yourself, and you know, things like that. Or if you are very prosperous when it comes to your time, you have lots of free time on your hands, you're not afraid to just, you know, share that time with others and use it wisely. You know, when I think of prosperity, I think an overflow of something positive in your life, money, time, energy. And so it just seems like you have this well of energy, this well of resources. Wherever this really reflects itself into your life, you just seem like a prosperous individual, somebody who has made a good life for themselves, is all I can say. Even if you don't feel like that sometimes, this is how other people perceive you. We have gifts from God. Okay, so I really do feel psychic energy from y'all. We angels bring you gifts from your creator. Open your arms to receive. Yeah, you guys are super perceptive, super duper 3rd eye open. Maybe you actually like talk to spirits, or maybe you're into witchcraft. You know, that would totally make sense with the aesthetics. I feel like a lot of people who practice witchcraft have a very beautiful aesthetic about them. I don't know why that goes hand in hand, but I just feel like, you know, a lot of alternative people somehow manage to get their way into witchcraft. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Many people who are free thinking aren't afraid to be their unique individual self. They sometimes do find themselves in these spiritual communities as psychics, as witches, as, you know, people like that, because I think there's like a cultural similarity there, you know. which is interesting, you know. Okay, so we have self-acceptance. Yeah. Ooh, I like this. You know, you guys are reminding me of somebody that I used to know who I absolutely adored. This person was so loving. You know, they're the type of friend where, like, if I was having a hard day, like, they would invite me over and make me cookies, and, you know, they just radiated love. Totally. They were kind of like the mother of our friend group, and they also had a very aesthetic style, guys. Like, weird colored hair, very, like, if you saw them in public, you would definitely look at them, you know what I mean? And they just radiated this self-acceptance. Like, I don't care if people are going to judge me. I don't care if people are going to bully me. Like, this is me. I feel good. And they also made the people around them feel like that as well. And you're giving me very similar energy to this person, you know, just radiating your own self-acceptance and confidence, but also making other people feel accepted, making other people feel like you're not going to judge them, and making other people feel really beautiful as well. So many people feel safe around you. I think over the years you might have collected a group of acquaintances or friends that are unusual. Like, you're the type of person to make friends with the person who has no friends, you know? And sometimes that may actually get you in trouble, because honestly, sometimes people don't have friends for a reason. So there might have been points where you accidentally got yourself associated with some not so great people, but for the most part, you've always been the type of person to befriend those who didn't have that many friends, befriend the people who couldn't really relate well with other people around them. And that's your most absolutely stunning quality. You know, anybody feels safe to be themselves around you. And I even think if you met a quote-unquote normal person, if they spent enough time around you, you'd start to see their weirder qualities, because you bring that out of people. You bring out the uniqueness, the individuality. And I think that's part of the reason why you came onto Earth. Or maybe it's not the reason why you came onto Earth, but I think it's just a special talent that your soul specifically has, is to just make people tune back into their authentic, weird selves, if that makes sense. Because we are all so different. Every single person is different. We're like snowflakes, you know, everyone's different. And everyone's beautiful in their own way, but some people conform to the matrix, they conform to societal expectations, and they lose touch of that individuality, and the energy that you radiate reminds them that it's okay to be their unique self. But also, like, just on a very surface level way, you are just hot, okay? Like, physically, because you have a very unique look about you as well. So it's kind of like your looks are so unique because your personality and your energy is all about authenticity, you know? When I look at, like, gods and goddesses, for example, you know how there's, like, gods and goddesses of different things? Like, Hermes is the god of, like, communication and business and traveling and pranks and stuff like that. And then you have, you know, a sun god, Apollo. You know how they're, like, gods of different areas of life? I feel like you are a god slash goddess of unique identity, you know? You naturally, just by existing, you bring out the unique identities of anyone associating with you, and you really just give off this unique flair. And I feel like you have an eye for identifying everybody's inner psychology, the spirits they surround themselves with, and their unique energy signature on the earth, you know? It's very deep, very interesting, and I don't know, I consider you a god or goddess incarnate, because not only do you have these special abilities and this energy about you, but you're also just attractive on a very surface level thing. Like, I just keep getting hot. I just keep getting, like, maybe some people actually fetishize you, or maybe you find that a lot of people are just trying to, like, you know, lay with you, if you get what I'm saying. Because I don't know, you're just one of a kind, and there are some people who are just more into the casual nature of life, and they would obviously want more of you. Let's just leave it there. Okay, let's get to your final sorry guys, let's get to your final card. This is from the Divine Feminine Oracle. I do not use this deck that often, and you have Freya. Yes. Okay. Goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. Okay, so this oracle deck has so many different lady spirits, people who existed, gods and goddesses, things like that. Just very empowering women spirits. Even if you're a man, stay tuned, okay? And these spirits tend to connect with people who they can see themselves in, or they connect with people who can benefit from their unique energy signature, right? Just like you can see. So the goddess Freya has something to tell you. So this is the end of the reading. If you're not interested, click off, I guess, but we're gonna read Freya's story for you guys now. Freya embodies the fierce and finely honed spiritual skill of discerning the most life-giving choice in each moment. In Norse mythology, Freya is one of the most powerful and important deities. She is chief of the Valkyries, the demi-goddesses who choose who will live and who will die during every battle and war. After becoming Valkyries, the demi-goddesses become Norns, the great goddesses who weave the fates and histories of people and nations. Freya rides into battle wearing a magical cloak of falcon feathers and takes half of those fighting. For her Valkyries, she models how to choose. Then she rules over her heavenly afterlife called Sesrumnir. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. She receives half of all those who die in battle, and the other half go to Valhalla, where the god Odin presides. She wears a legendary necklace of torque, named Brisingamen. I'm so sorry, I'm butchering these names, guys. With a powerful jewel that makes her irresistible. Yeah, you're irresistible, guys. It is said to be gleaming in golden. It compels people to her when she calls. So when your soul selects this card, or when she connects with you as she is now, it says this: discernment is derived from the Greek word diakrisis, I don't know. It refers to a spiritual power that allows you to distinguish between the spirits that will cause harm and the spirits that will assist you. I want to put a pause here. I definitely am seeing that you guys are the type of person who you can meet someone and you're like, oh boy, like you can automatically tell if they're a good or bad person for you. And this is like one of the first signs of psychicism, by the way. People who, you know, like, let's just say you have a new friend in your group and you haven't met them yet. Everybody's raving about them. Like, this person's so great. And then you meet them and you're like, I don't know about this person. And not in a judgmental way. It's just that you can read their energy and feel that something's up here. Or, you know, you might also find yourself in other situations where you really have good vibes about a person. And you're like, hey guys, like, let's all befriend this person. Like, they just are so great. They'd make a great addition. And then all your friends are like, oh, no, they're a little weird. And it's just like, no, you don't understand. Their energy's so good. I feel like that's your special gift as well. I think that's where you and Freya really can relate to each other. It lets us discern when a phone call or an email or a visit from a friend is going to add to our day if it's going to derail it. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, you intuitively know whether or not you should attend certain events or whether or not you have enough energy to do certain things. Like, you just have this special gift of discernment, right? Discernment is the difference between feeling led by the day, pulled this way and that, and claiming it. Our time, in this lifetime at least, is limited. Every second is significant. Freya reminds us of the searing perception we all have but perhaps don't use frequently enough. She wants us to be discerning with how we choose to spend our time and whom we choose to love. She wants us to never ever say yes to anything or anyone from a place of fear or obligation. You are a demigoddess, a Valkyrie, a priestess of your own fate, and you get to choose the life that you want to live. And this happens by being fierce and warrior-like about what you say yes to. Use discernment so that you are only saying yes to what will actually nourish and renew you, inspire or expand you. It is not your business to worry about those you might disappoint. You are not made to meet everybody's expectations of you. Absolutely, you are very unique. You were made to express the truth of who you are and to use the brief time you have here to live out your potential. Nothing is obligatory except breathing. Your only true obligation is to the voice of your own soul. Freya wants you to realize the gleaming gold that you are and act accordingly. She wants you to unapologetically choose the life you actually want to be living right now. She wants you to make your yes holy again by only using it when it's the truth. So what does a hell yes, the holy yes, feel like in your body? Group number one. Also, random message. I'm pretty sure Freya is also fond of cats. So you might be somebody who really has cats, adores cats, relates to cats. I mean, I know I am. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, they like to make an appearance a lot. Alex right next to me. You can't see him, but so yeah, that is it, guys. You are on a very unique life path, and that's what makes you so attractive, because it's like there's no one like you, there's no one on the path that you're on. You're like very unique in that way, and because you're like, yes, this is what I'm doing, and you don't try acting like anybody else, that is what makes you so attractive. Okay, I would say be mindful of saying no or conforming if it ever happens. I think the older you get, the less likely that's to happen for you, and even when you're younger, I just feel like you're the type of person who doesn't often conform or say yes to things you don't want to do. But just keep doing that, keep, just using your own discernment and being yourself, guys. Oh man, you're so beautiful. All right, thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you for the next one. Bye. Hello, group number 2, you selected the moonstone. So let's see what makes you hot, what makes you attractive and magnetic. We will save this card for last. You guys have the golden egg spirit to represent you. This is really powerful. I love this for you because this just shows a gracefulness, a softness, a tenderness. You ever get that feeling when you're just breathing and meditating and everything's just so clear and calm? I'm getting that from you, and I kind of wish I was more like you, group number 2. I wish I was more calm all the time. I'm just bustling with energy. But this is really awesome. This is what makes you magnetic. You have a very calming, soothing presence on many of the people around you, even if you're unaware of this. And I also feel like you're a naturally very healing person. You make space for people's emotions. You make space for other people to just exist however they exist. You don't force or push your agenda on anybody. You're just kind of there living life from this almost meditative trance-like state where you just accept life for what it is, and you're just calmly and gently going about your life. And this is just what people strive for, honestly. Like, who you are is what people strive for. People strive to have this inner peace. People strive to have this clear, calm perception, being attuned to your emotions, not in denial about them, letting your emotions arise when they do, but not being so attached to them that they control your life and all of your decisions. This is a raw, beautiful energy, and when you're in this calm, gentle state, you're actually better at manifesting whatever you want to manifest. So you might notice that you have a lot of luck when it comes to just creating the life that you want. Honestly, you might have a lot of luck in general because of that, but what makes you attractive is this calm, healing presence about you. It's kind of hard to describe. We have strategy. I'm seeing this as your mind, and then we have the sun reversed. Okay. So what else makes you very attractive? Your brain, all right? With the strategy card, this has to do with your thinking abilities. I am really getting a vision of somebody who's very intelligent. The way you speak is very, like, clear. Like, you speak very clear. I can't describe that, but like your voice sounds like a bell. It sounds very clear. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like the opposite of gravelly or tired sounding. I don't know why. I've never gotten a message of how someone's voice sounds before, but I don't know why. I just feel really drawn to point that out. The way you speak sounds smart. You might use some good words. You might even have multiple languages that you know, for some of you, right? But the strategy card is overall just kind of showing that you have a brain, you know how to use it, you're definitely not dumb. And I don't know, I'm seeing with the feather here, feathers represent air, air represents communication and clarity, so I just feel like you might be a, what is it called, homosexual or whatever. That's definitely not it. I don't know, where you're attracted to people based on their intelligence, but I also feel like that's like the other way around as well. Other people are attracted to you because of your wit, your intelligence. You're quick with your words and just very clear. I feel like when you meet somebody, you give them very clear intentions of what you want, and you tell them exactly who you are and what you're looking for, and you don't judge them if they don't want the same things as you. You kind of just accept them as they are, and you know, you go about your life in that way. So I don't know, I'm just getting very practical, intelligent, respectful, and clear vibes from you, you know? And people really enjoy that. They know what you're offering them. They know what they're gonna get with you in a good way, you know? So it's just really nice. It's very refreshing. Then we have the sun reversed here. And I'm seeing this as a secret creativity about you. Like you might secretly be a good singer. You might secretly be really good at art or music or some type of creativity here. But I'm definitely getting creative energy from you. Or like maybe you give off a very like normal, beautiful appearance, and then secretly you're into a very specific and strange music genre. You know what I mean? Like almost like your image doesn't quite match some of your creative preferences in a way. But I kind of like that. Hidden talents. I think everyone should have a hidden talent. Like, you know, you get to know somebody, everything's normal, everything's fine, and then you just pull out this weird thing that you're secretly good at. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm actually like Picasso. Or like, oh yeah, by the way, I've actually written like 12 novels. Okay. Like that's what I'm getting. It's almost shocking. But the thing that's attractive about it is that like the reason why it's a hidden talent is because you're not super braggadocious about it. You're not super like, you know, oh, I'm an artist. Oh, you know. Oh, or like, go follow my SoundCloud or whatever. I don't know. Like, you're you're humble. That's what I'm looking for. You're humble. And I feel like you know the true meaning of art and creativity and all that. Like, you literally just do it to be in the moment, rather than to like brag about it or anything like that. Also with the golden egg and the sun here, because this kind of represents like solar energy, I'm just getting very sunny vibes from you. I don't know if you live in a sunny area like Florida or anywhere near the equator, or if you're just a summer person, you like the beach, you like going out in the sun, or if you're an early riser, waking up with the sun, you know, I don't know. I'm just getting that you and the sun have like a little love bond going on here. Like you and the sun, I feel like the sun is almost like your spirit guide in a way. You might be drawn to a lot of sun deities like Re or Apollo or someone like that. You know, I don't know. You and the sun, you're homies. That's what I'm getting there. Okay. We have compassion. Yeah, I do get compassion for sure. Like you don't judge people. Similar to group number one, but it's almost like a more gentle, nurturing type of compassion, like holding space for people. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. Yeah, you guys are so emotionally intelligent, and people are really attracted to that. Not only emotionally intelligent, but also like mentally intelligent as well. You know, like you will have like high level intelligence here. And I think you just, like, if you really wanted to, you can probably get anybody that you want in a romantic sense. I feel like you wouldn't necessarily be attracted to people who aren't necessarily intelligent, you know? Some people are really nice, but they're just not that bright, you know? Like, some people are extremely nice, but, you know, they're just, yeah, not everybody. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, moving on. We have clairaudience. Yeah, I was totally getting something about music with you guys. Clairaudience is a psychic ability where messages just kind of pop into your mind, okay? So for example, getting a song randomly stuck in your head and you don't know why, and it's like a certain part of the song with specific lyrics, and those lyrics just so happen to be really relative to the situation that you're dealing with, like that's a form of clairaudience. Or just randomly getting phrases pop into your head that are actually can be quite applied to the situation at hand. That's clairaudience, okay? Notice the love and guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Yeah, you might even like just hear random things, or your friend gives really good advice to you. There's so many different ways that clairaudience presents itself, but that's one of your strong suits, okay? What else am I getting here? I don't know if you are a musician or if you have a really good taste in music or something. I just keep coming back to music or musical things with you. Maybe you really like going to concerts a lot. I don't know, like you just give a musical air about you. You ever see like that cool girl with the headphones on and, you know, she's just off in her own little world, and then you actually talk to her and she's super intelligent and compassionate and deep and, you know, nurturing and spirit. Like, you get what I'm... Does this archetype that I'm saying make sense to you? Because I feel like that's you in a way. Okay, like just music might really speak to you. in a deeper way than it speaks to most people. But interesting. Or maybe, yeah, with clairaudience, I keep going back to sound, like the sound of your voice, to music. The sound of your voice. You have a very attractive voice to other people. Your music taste is attractive to other people, or you have a good sense of music taste, or maybe you're a musician. I'm just getting so much with sound. Comment down below why that is. Like, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, comment it down below. I want to know, because I am curious. We also have aging. I am one with unlimited love beyond all seeming restrictions of age. I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, like, oh, what is this saying, that I'm old? I'm seeing this as you are wise beyond your years. Like, you have the maturity level, the emotional intelligence, the actual intelligence of somebody much older than you. You know, you're like an old soul. Also, what I'm getting from this is, as you get older, you're the type of person who's going to age like fine wine. Like, I don't know, as you age, your intelligence grows, and also your knowledge on how to take care of yourself also gets better throughout the years. And that's not something that most people experience. I just want to remind you, you know, like, some people, like, they get older and they just care less and less about their appearance and, you know, give up on themselves more and more. But I feel like you guys are totally the opposite. You just are going to become so much more powerful, more deep, more beautiful as you age, you know? And I think that's super awesome. And it also gives you something to look forward to, just knowing that, like, you're always going to be just this magnetic, gorgeous person. Yeah, I don't know. I got the message in my head through clairaudience that some of you guys might feel like you have old lady habits or hobbies, or old man hobbies. Obviously, like, maybe your thing is just staying inside and reading a book. Like, that's your idea of a fun night in. Or just, like, I don't know, hanging out with your pets or something. Doing your little hobbies. I don't know. I like it. I like your personality. I like your energy. And I can see why other people are very attracted to you. Do you guys read a lot? With the strategy card coming up, with, you know, just the general energy I'm getting, maybe you guys are really into reading or even writing. I don't know. You have a very multifaceted energy and personality. There's just so many different things to look at. Your voice, your music taste, books and writing for some reason, your intelligence, old lady habits. I don't know. Just this calmness about you. Let's get to your last card, though. So this is from the Divine Feminine Oracle deck. And in this deck, they show many different ladies, goddesses, people who actually exist from all different cultures and religions. And so whichever one comes out, it doesn't matter if you don't resonate with the religion or whatever, the culture that it comes from. This spirit resonates with you in some way and has similarities to you. So we're going to read about them. You guys have Akilanda. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Give me a second. Hold on. Akilanda represents the essence of the phoenix. She's the indestructible energy that embraces change. She knows that everything is conspiring to transform her into only more love and light. Akilanda is an elusive goddess from Hindu mythology. Her full name, okay, I'm gonna butcher this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Akilanda Shvari? Sorry. Ishvari in Sanskrit means female power or goddess, and Akilanda means never not broken. So she is the goddess of never not broken. She can never be broken because she always is. She is the embodiment of what we try to avoid, the dissolution of our ego's identity. Her power is unparalleled. She radiates the potent light and joy that's the goal of change, transformation, or pain. There is very little written about her. She is meant to be known through experience. She is an intimate, interior goddess that we meet when we are in the darkest moments of grief and heartbreak. She shows us where our energy is trapped, where we have been stifled in routines or others' expectations of us, and she whispers the liberation we will experience once we let ourselves break open and allow the new expression of ourselves to come blazing through. She reminds us that we always have the power to choose to see every event as yet another opportunity to become more light, to become more of the radiant soul we are here to be. So I would really feel that, like, one of these You know, also I just realized, why do they, if she's an Indian goddess, why does she have blue eyes? That's so like not the point, but like what the heck? Sorry, I just noticed that. But anyways, moral of the story is yeah, this is giving me the vibe of like taking your traumas and challenges and kind of turning them into light. And I know some people are against that by saying like, you know, we shouldn't justify trauma and say that, you know, I'm stronger because of this. But as somebody who has been through a lot of trauma, that's the only thing you can do. Like, yeah, you can sit here and say that was wrong, I should have never went through that, and let it victimize you. But if you're truly gonna heal and move on, there comes a point where you just have to say like, yeah, that was messed up, but I'm a stronger person because of it. Or you can let it, you know, continue to make you traumatized and weak and the victim. I mean, like, so this is giving me vibes of a survivor, a warrior. And you know what? I always tell people that the kindest people in life, the nicest people in life are one of two things. Either one, they're faking and they're people pleasing and they're actually a narcissist. Or two, and this is you, they've just been through so much crap and they never want anybody to experience the things that they've had to go through, and that's what turned them into this beautiful, nice person. So yeah, I like that. So when her soul selects your card, many of us exert tremendous energy in the effort to not break or fall apart. We resist our grief, our heartbreak, or we deny the need to change until the choices no longer feel like ours. Something sidesweeps us in our ordinary life and shatters who we think we are and how we identify ourselves. Here's what Akilanda reminds us. Vulnerability is our greatest strength. If we are always broken, we can never break. Akilanda is the most intimate and personal, powerful goddess because she meets us in those moments where we can feel most alone, most exposed, and most afraid. She models how to thrive in the midst of change. She uses pain to joyfully and purposefully transform. She sees everything as an opportunity to release what isn't serving her, and she knows that being broken isn't a failure or something we should avoid. It's actually the whole point. We are here to let our ideas of ourselves go up in flames, so that beneath the ashes, the soft core of who we truly are arises. And so that we remember that it's not the heart that ever breaks, it's the ego. The heart only ever expands. And the soul voice meditation is, what heartbreak can I see now as an opportunity to expand? And the intention is, everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Yes. Yeah, you guys let your hardships turn into strength and greatness, and your soul is constantly expanding because of this, and it's just so beautiful. And that's also why I saw like that message in aging of, you're only going to keep getting better over time. It doesn't matter if you experience more challenges and traumas and things like that. Like, your soul is constantly expanding. You're aging like fine wine, okay? And not everybody does that. Some people get worse over time. You know, we see a lot of people like that. But you're not one of those. You're not one of those people who are going to let, you know, age make you bitter or, you know, closed-minded or anything like that. You know, you're just constantly expanding and becoming your best version, and that's so attractive. So thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next video. Bye. Group number 3, you selected the citrine. So let's see what makes you sensual and attractive and magnetic. We will pull this one last, actually, so let's put that over here. And you guys have the tarantula spirit coming out. Powerful divine feminine energy from tarantulas, okay? These are people who weave their dreams into existence. You are a go-getter, you are strong, you are a leader, you are fiery, you are warm and magnetic. I feel the light from you already. Like, it's like, boom, your energy is hitting me really hard this reading. You really do have a strong energy about you, and very different from the previous group, by the way. The previous group was very calm and compassionate. You guys are on fire. You're like, boom, 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 boom. This is what I'm doing. This is the life I'm living. You get a dream, you make it, okay? You get an idea, you create it. And yeah, I just think you have the knowledge that, like, you weave whatever life you want. And also, I'm seeing that you have this infinite wisdom where you're aware of how we're all connected, and you're aware of how very sensitive, actually, to different things that happen in the universe. I don't even know if you're aware of this, but this is just something that you're more sensitive to. So like, think of a spider creating its web, right? And it's just, you know, chilling, hanging out on its web, and then something hits it, you know, maybe a fly runs into the web. They can feel the shock waves of that happening and then crawl over to the fly, right? So I almost feel like when it comes to world events, if something really big happens somewhere else in the world, you feel it. Like maybe there is a really big devastating event somewhere in the world that's going on completely away from you and you don't even know it. You might wake up that day just feeling a little off, feeling a little drained, a little tired, and you don't really know why consciously. And then you might find out later like what's going on in other parts of the world and you're like, oh, maybe that's connected. Or maybe you actually do watch the news, read the news, and you're just very affected by it. I would highly recommend, group number 3, not to spend too much time with the news, okay? And especially with media and social media, things like that. I feel like you're extra sensitive to those things. And most of the time, these news media broadcasting people, the whole goal is for them to create fear, to create drama, and a lot of the time they are creating news, right? Something might not be a big thing and they might spin it into a big thing, just like a spider spinning its web, so that, you know, people watch it because fear sells, right? And so I don't know, I'm just getting the message. A lot of you are sensitive to that and you might want to limit your exposure to those types of things. I never want you to think that your sensitivity is a weakness, okay? I don't know why I want to tell you that, but that sensitivity is psychic, okay? That sensitivity shows how connected you are to everyone and everything, and you can draw power from that. You can create the life that you want because of how deeply you feel and empathize with everybody, and how, oh my gosh, I just feel like if you learned more, if you haven't already, obviously, if you learn more about manifestation and your place in the universe and how we're all connected and how no one's better than anyone else, I don't know why, I just feel like you'll draw so much power from that and really be able to manifest things really quickly for yourself and for the collective. That's a weird, interesting message. Let's move on though. Whew. But wait, why does this make you attractive? I think people are attracted to that energy within you, your sensitivity to what's going on in the world in general, and also just, you know, your desire to make things happen. You know, I'm getting an idea, I'm going for it. I have a goal in mind, I'm doing it. You know, you're not the type of person to be like, oh, I should do this, and then it never gets done. I mean, you might do that sometimes, okay? We all do. But, like, I don't know, you really chase after your dreams, and that's super attractive. We have broken heart reversed, yup. Ain't nobody breaking your heart. You're the heartbreaker here. Yeah, you're very fiery energy. 3rd chakra, Archangel Samuel. Yes, this is that warmth that I was feeling, that confidence, like very loud energy. When somebody has a super active solar plexus chakra, like you can really feel it in them just by being in the same room as them. Just powerhouse of energy. And just radiance, like, yes, let's do this, let's do that. You might even be a cardinal sign, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, but you don't have to be. Like, I'm just getting a bunch of ideas and you like initiating them, okay? Even if you don't have that much follow through, you're the initiator, you're the planner, the manager, like that type of energy. And it radiates this confidence about you, like, yeah, let's do this. I believe in myself, I believe in this goal, I'm going after it. And I think you're so loyal and dedicated to yourself and your goals. That's kind of why you leave a trail of broken hearts behind you. People who might fall in love with you and your energy, and you know, you might not even be that interested back in them, and you're just living your own life, doing your own thing, and I don't know, you're very hot. Like, I wouldn't describe you as like adorable or like you know, cute. Like, you are sexy, okay? This is a hot energy we're feeling from you. All right, so we have moon cycles. Yes, that divine feminine energy. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestation, and capitalize upon these cycles. That's an interesting way to put that, because that's what I was feeling. Like, if you somehow learn how everything's connected, you can capitalize on it, you can gain from it, you can gain energy from realizing how you're connected to everyone and everything, right? People who are unaware of the moon cycles and how you can actually manifest the life of your dreams alongside the moon and her cycles, they're really missing out on a lot of power there. And you might even know, like, the sun is medicine. If you're ever feeling low on energy, down or weak, you know, like, okay, 15 minutes out in the sunlight, I'll be feeling so much better, you know? Like, you understand how we're all connected. I would be very shocked if you didn't know these, you know, ancient wisdoms, okay? Because they just keep coming up. You capitalize off of our connection in a good way, in a really good way. You're aware of how we're all connected. So many people in today's society are unaware of our connection, unaware that we are all one. And if we all kind of work together and pull energy from different resources that are available to us, like, we can achieve so much in our lifetimes, you know? But yeah, moon cycles, if you're unaware, you can totally manifest so much with the moon cycles. Like, the new moon is great for starting new things, meeting new people, you know, starting off the cycle. It's also a good time for meditation and reflection and just clearing your mind. And then as the moon grows, you keep working towards your goals, and it's almost like the momentum grows. And then during the full moon is a really big peak of energy, and it shows you what is working, what isn't working. You might see results for your hard work or big things failing and changing, and then it kind of puts you on to the correct path in a good way. And then as the moon grows or falls back down, what's the word? As the moon becomes smaller, that's kind of a time to like wrap up projects and goals and things like that and prepare for the next cycle. So you can gain a lot from that. We have, okay, I pulled this one too soon, creative blocks coming out here, which I think is an interesting card because the tarantula is a very creative spirit animal, right? They literally create webs. They're like the best spirit animal, in my opinion, for creativity. The thing is, I think with this card, you are a really good initiator. Like, you are probably the type of person to start so many projects or have so many ideas. It's just more so your problem lies in keeping the momentum going and finishing them. You probably have a lot of half-finished things around your house, half-finished projects or ideas in the works, but it says, if you are an artist of any kind, you can offer all work to the divine, making it God's alone. I offer this for the highest good, to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. Yeah, that's a really good affirmation to use if you're ever feeling that creative block. I feel like you are a double-edged sword in a way. You have two aspects of your personality that don't really click. On one hand, you're super creative and you have tons of ideas, but then on the other hand, you almost have this sense of perfectionism about you where it's kind of hard for you to be creative when you're in your more perfected state of mind because, you know, it's like, well, I don't want to make any mistakes. I want the perfect result. What if this goes wrong? What if this goes horribly? And it's just like, don't worry about that. Just enjoy the creative process, you know? Interesting. Also, I feel like a lot of people who have creative blocks in their life are always fascinated by you because you just spew good ideas, good intentions, you know, like somebody might have been stuck in the matrix never thinking that there was more to life, and then they meet you and you're just like, what if we're all aliens? Like, what if this is a holographic universe and we all secretly died and we're just living out the rest of our lives to heal and grow for the afterlife? Like, you're just spewing off all this random stuff and it's just very interesting. Nobody's ever bored around you, I can guarantee that. And that's the thing, you have these ideas, you have this wisdom, you have such fire and passion. Like, it's hard for people not to fall in love with you. It's hard for people not to be interested and really want to keep talking to you and get to know you more and see where this goes, right? But like, you are your own person. I can't describe it any other way. You're just in a relationship with yourself. You're not in like a narcissistic way. I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know, you're on your life path and you will run into people who will walk with you in life. But like, at the end of the day, like, this is your life path. This is your creative project, I guess you could say. Random message. I feel like some of you guys in the past might have gotten into trouble trying to fix people, you know, in relationships, trying to make them better, making them your project. And I think at some point in your life, whether you learned this or you are going to learn this, you're gonna start, instead of trying to fix people, you just take action on those ideas that you have and make that your project and try to separate that, you know, manager, CEO energy that you have away from your relationships, right? Make your projects and your people and not get the two twisted, right? So, I don't know. Interesting. We have relationship harmony. Yep, that's when all your relationships will be harmonious. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Yeah, with this relationship harmony card, the broken heart reverse, you're definitely doing a lot of inner healing work when it comes to your relationships, your love life. Maybe you're reflecting back on your past, seeing how your parents, your childhood relates to your romantic life, the traumas or the beautiful blessings that you've experienced in the past in relationships. Like you're just like really doing a lot of inner healing work right now, which is absolutely stunning and beautiful. I think that, you know, you might be healing from a broken heart, or you might be, you know, breaking other people's hearts, but all in all, I see a lot of self-growth around you, and you're learning how to become so much better at relationships. And you know what it is? I feel like you're not the type to really get jealous. You're not the type to be codependent. And again, that's kind of a more rare thing in today's society, even though it shouldn't be, right? We should all be very secure in our relationships. But I almost feel like at some point in your life, you had to teach yourself. You had to learn how to be secure in relationships. And now the fact that you are, and you know how to approach things from a very healthy, confident state of mind. That's another thing. Like, insecurity is the real pandemic going on right now. Like, oh my gosh, insecurity breeds so much relationship turbulence. And, you know, you learned how to love yourself and how to view yourself in a healthy light and view your relationships in a healthy light, how to create health within yourself and your relationship and a healthy relationship with the world at large, understanding that you're all connected. And like, this is the wisdom that you've gained over the years, and the fact that you have this wisdom makes you so attractive. You know, people are wanting to be in love with you. You know, it's beyond just you give off a sexy vibe, right? This is like, I want to be in love with you. I want to be with you because you seem like the type of person who knows what you're doing in relationships. You know how to have that healthy connection. I'm not going to feel pressured. I'm not going to feel like I'm codependent. I'm not going to feel like, you know, I'm being controlled, or that you're super like, you just are great at relationships. But you weren't always like this. You had to teach yourself to get there, and now you are like that, and it's just the most attractive thing ever. So let's dive into your Divine Feminine Oracle card. From this deck, this shows ladies of all cultures and religious backgrounds who are Divine Feminine, you know? So regardless of whether or not you agree with the culture or the religion that this lady is from, she is similar to you and wants to say hello. And if you want, you can adopt her as your spirit guide. And you guys have Margaret Poretti. I don't know how to pronounce this. Okay, I think that's a common theme in these cards. Margaret Poretti. I'm just gonna say Poretti because it sounds fun. The mystic of divine love. Love is divine and I am nothing except love. I'm gonna read all about her now so we can learn and introduce her to you. Okay, Margaret Poretti is the essence of divine love and the truth that all we are is love. Yeah, that's the wisdom you guys have. Honestly, like, no, I see, like, y'all are similar, all right? Margaret was a French Beguine born in the mid-13th century. The Beguine movement was a spiritual revival among women in the late Middle Ages that emphasized an imitation of Christ's life. These Beguines, or holy women, lived together in semi-monastic communities. They were not nuns, they did not take formal vows, and could leave at any point, but they lived and shared spiritual intention. Margaret wrote a spiritual masterpiece titled The Mirror of Simple Souls. It revealed the spiritual process she went through to be transformed by divine love. Quote, I am God, says love, for love is God and God is love, and this soul is God by the condition of love, unquote. That's interesting. Pause for a second. I had a very similar realization when I was on a lot of acid. Okay, like, everything is love, we are all love, we're all connected, and this thing that people call God, because, you know, I don't really like that word that much, is actually just love. And that's like the core essence of everyone's existence and why we're here, even if we convince ourselves not. So I don't know, you have these deep spiritual truths, and I just can't unsee just how much wisdom you have. Group number 3, Margaret, yeah, okay, we saw that. Okay, by 1306, sorry, the bishop, oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Okay, starting over. By 1306, the Bishop of Cambrai deemed her work heretical and condemned it to be burned in Poretti's presence. Even so, it continued to circulate widely throughout the Middle Ages, and in some I want to know who wrote this book, because apparently I don't know English or anything. I can't pronounce anything. Oh my god, big words, okay? It was embraced as an almost canonical piece of of theology. Everyone hang in with me, okay? Peretti was ordered to stop circulating her book and to recant her ideas of God as love, but she refused. Margaret was arrested as a relapsed heretic and a free spirit, which included the belief that humans could achieve union with the divine. The Catholic Church, it's always the Catholic Church, conducted an unprecedented trial to decide her fate. Like Joan of Arc, much of her life is recorded because of the transcripts of her lengthy trial. She maintained her truth that the soul has no other will but God's, and that when the soul is united with God's love, this state of union causes the soul to transcend the contradictions of this world. She suggested that we can be transformed by divine love into love itself, which isn't separate from God, and that ultimately no outside source is needed in this transformation. It's between the soul and God alone. So essentially what she's saying is we're all love, and we don't need no church to have a connection with the divine and to be connected to all. So I'm seeing a lot of similarities between y'all. Margaret was burned at the stake in 1310. The Mirror of Simple Souls continued to gain popularity, but was distributed as an anonymous text until 1946, when Romana Guarnieri identified Latin manuscripts of the Mirror in the Vatican. Margaret's name returned to the text when it was published for the first time in 1965. So when your soul connects with hers, there's nothing more powerful than remembering that we are love, and there's nothing and no one outside of us that is needed in order to realize this. It's between our experience of the divine and our own soul. We can let go of what we think we need to prove or who we think we need to be in order to receive love, because we remember that we are love. Then we can stand in that truth even through flames. Margaret is a courageous truth teller, and the truth of her experience is that love alone can free us. Not the love another might give us. There we see that relationship energy here, learning how to not be codependent. Oh, this is totally correlating with your reading, guys. Not the love that another might give us, not the love of family or of friends. All of this is powerful and significant, but the true source of love for us is in the fact that we are a soul, and that the soul is in union with the divine. She reminds us when we've forgotten that love is the essence of who we are, and that true love is found within. Margaret says, "Love has no beginning, no end, and no limit, and I am nothing except love." This is a time to own and to know this truth more fully. It is the most profound and radical act we can ever take, knowing the love we already are. So the soul voice meditation is, how can I feel the love I am more deeply? And the intention is, love is divine and I am nothing except love. Wow, that correlated so hardcore with who you are and why you're so attractive. You're like everyone's love, I'm love, you're love, we're all just living our own lives, and it's just so beautiful. Yes, like your magneticism is that you are so in tune with divine love, divine creation, and you understand that everybody else is a unique reflection of that divine love and that divine creation. And yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but like you're so attractive because of how not codependent you are, how you don't base your happiness around other people, giving you attention and loving you. It's just more so like, yeah, this inner self-love, this inner connection with the divine. And I don't know, I mean, like outer love's great too, don't get me wrong, but it's just your soul radiates confidence, and you are a masterpiece, okay? Thank you, group number 3, for joining me. Sorry that I am really bad at pronouncing words, and thank you for being patient enough to watch through. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye. Group number 4, you guys selected the howlite, so let's see what makes you sensual, attractive, magnetic. Okay, we're gonna save this card for last. You guys have the bee. Oh, I love the bee spirit so much. You're just so adorable. You're just buzzing about life. Oh, I love this. Okay, first off, some of you guys might actually be like small in stature. or just, I don't, you just have a cute energy. Like, I just want to give you a hug. You're probably really snuggly and just awesome. And also, I'm just seeing your mind buzzing around, like, I want to do this, and then I want to do this, and like, let's go do this, and oh, maybe this is good too, and like, oh, I love you. I want to give you a hug. You're like a puppy, or like a cat, or like, or a bee. I get so much joy when I see bumblebees. Like, I'm the type of person to like hold them and pet them. I know, I've never been stung before, you know, and oh gosh, I love it. Also, I don't know why, random message, I feel like despite the fact that you give off such an adorable energy, you're just so cute, I want to squeeze you. Like, I think people are like low-key aware that you will defend what you believe in to the death. Like, you're just so adorable and cute and lighthearted and free and, you know, doing this and that and traveling and just your mind's everywhere. But, you know, if somebody says something that you really do not agree with, like, you are going to execute them in debate. You know what I mean? Like, people can't just say anything to you. Like, anyone comes through with like racism, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, like anything like that, you will murder them with your words, okay? You will not hold back. You will sting to the death. And like, I don't know, there's this like weird difference between like how you present 95% of the time, and then if somebody pisses you off, you just turn into this very tough person. It's interesting. I love that you have these two sides to your personality, though. But I wouldn't even call that a side to your personality. It's just like, you know, you will defend yourself, and you will defend those who need defending, you know? You're not just gonna sit back and watch people be bullied, for example. You're not just gonna sit back and, I don't know why I'm getting a very specific vision here, but like, let's just say you're at a convenience store or something, and the person in front of you in line is being really rude to the cashier. Like, I just feel like you'd be the type of person to like say something that's obviously audible, like, can you believe this guy acting all rude like this? Who taught him that? Like you're not afraid to just speak out and be sassy when the moment calls for it. And I really love that quality about you. Oh gosh, I can already tell you guys are my favorite. So adorable. Busy as a bee, doing your own thing. Also, very hardworking spirit as well. You guys might, you know, pay your bills, work hard at everything you do. Even if you're like, I don't know, like a stay-at-home mom or something. Like, well, first off, that's a bad example, because I feel like stay-at-home moms out of everybody works the hardest. But like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what you're doing in life, whether you're a student, a parent, or a career person, like, you do it. You work really hard and you try to put your best effort forward. You have a high sense of integrity, and you're just so adorable. I can't describe it. I just want to hug you. Like, you ever see a baby and you just want to squeeze them, and you have this weird like primal urge to like bite something cute? Like, that's what I'm feeling with you guys. Okay, we have the temple path reversed coming out as your energy, and we have adjacent possibilities reversed. Okay, I wonder if some of you have ADHD or something like that, because both of these cards suggest like, should I do this, should I do that, and like, just this card in particular shows your life path just taking so many different turns and directions that you never even thought they would, just kind of being all over the place. And that's how I'm viewing your energy, is just all over the place, but it's very exciting. You're never boring to be around, that's for sure. Interesting. Huh. I worry about you guys because I feel like you're a worrier. You know, I feel like there might be times where you overthink, over worry. Because here's the thing, having this be-like quality of just like doing that, doing this, doing that, it's great, but then at the same time, it has that negative side of just like over worrying, overthinking, which makes you, yes, very analytical, very smart, but on the downside, you know, it could be like a high anxiety type of situation. And I feel like you're always on, you're always tense, you're always ready to do something and take action on something. So just make sure you take some time to relax and meditate, clear your mind, things like that. I am a little bit worried about that, but it's very exciting to be around you at the same time. But just make sure that it's like you're expressing this be-like quality in a very balanced way. Give yourself time to meditate, give yourself time to relax. Okay, okay. With adjacent possibilities, I am almost getting the message that like you're the type of person who never wants to miss out on something. Like, you are always going to overthink. Like, say for example, you're just feeling really tired, really drained, but your friend's having a party. You're the type of person to be like, oh, well, I don't want to like miss out on that. Fear of missing out is what that is called, you know? And so, I don't know, you just want to be like everywhere doing everything, and I just feel like some of you guys might think like, oh, life's too short and I have so many things I want to do. Like, I want to learn how to, you know, play the piano, and I want to, you know, be a professional soccer player, and I want to, I don't know, you know, there's just so much going on with you guys. And even like me trying to express this in words, I feel a little bit all over the place. But it's just so interesting. I think people really just like looking at you. They like talking to you because they never know what you're gonna say. They never know what you're gonna do. And it's almost like every time you catch up with somebody, you always have something to say, something new that you're doing. Or at least it seems that way to the people that you talk to, right? Like, you can go a month without talking to a friend and you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I got married and bought a house, and I'm, you know, I moved countries, and like, you know, there's just a lot. And it's very interesting. You are very magnetic because of how interesting you are and adorable. Like, physically, I feel like you're just cute, you're adorable. I just want to squeeze you. You might be a very snuggly type of person, enjoying the coziness of life. But also at the same time, you just have so much energy. You're a conflicting person, okay? We have passion, definitely, for sure, 100%. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You do everything full force, full energy, full attention. It's either like you're hyper fixating on something or you're not even worried about it at all. Okay, so I love that. People enjoy that, and especially in love, applying this energy into your love life, wow, it's exciting. It's really great, okay? It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna get into a boring old romance. It's like, nah, I'm getting married to the love of my life, and we're gonna travel to every country, we're gonna do everything, so you're just an exciting person to be with. And we also have angel therapy. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like there's this interesting energy about you where you are a bit of a healer. You are a bit of a healer despite your like energetic energy, because like most healers are very calm people. I feel like somehow you manage to be a healer but also be energetic, be hardworking, you know, all that stuff. Because when it comes to you looking at other people's lives, it's almost like you have this very crystal clear idea of what they need to do in order to heal, in order to grow, in order to live their best lives. Like, you're very quick, like you can perceive the future very easily when it comes to other people, but you may struggle with doing that for yourself, okay? Some of you guys might be interested in psychology or, you know, any of the spiritual, esoteric things in life, which isn't surprising because you're watching a tarot reading. I don't know, I'm getting this sense of like wanting to learn more things that can help you heal other people, and wanting to learn more things that can help you on your path in life in general. There's like this energy, this message of finding your path in life and helping other people find their paths in life. Some of you guys might be like a life coach, a therapist, something of that nature, excuse me. Interesting. So we have challenges here, and it says, unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over divine and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Yeah, I think you overcome challenges pretty easily. Like, okay, so I always say problem solving is a skill that not everybody has, and the people who are really good at problem solving, they don't even view it as a skill 9 times out of 10. They just assume that everybody's that good at solving like it's crystal clear to you. Like, if a friend's complaining about a situation, you know what to do like that. Like, you're like, why don't you do this? Just, it would be the best thing for you, and you think it's like totally normal, right? But like, that's a skill that you have that you can capitalize on, okay? Like, you can be a life coach, you can be a therapist, you're a great friend, you help so many people overcome challenges, and I feel like you're helping humanity evolve in a way. You know, problem solving for humanity at large, or on a more individualistic way, but that's still doing a lot of good for the world, because those individuals that you help solve problems for and that you help heal, they will be lighter and freer and share the wisdom that you give them to other people, and it spreads like wildfire that way. So I think one tiny little person, you can make a whole lot of difference in the world. That's what I'm getting here. And I think it's just so attractive to people, like your work ethic, your integrity, your ability to problem solve, your passion, your zest for life. You're not a boring person, and I think that is your superpower. You're always doing something interesting, helping somebody interesting, and just taking interesting life decisions, you know? I feel like your path in life is not straight. Kind of like a bee flying. They don't, like, they go here, they go there, it's like everywhere, but at the end of the day, they always go back to the hive, right? I feel like that's you. You make interesting decisions in life that some people might question, but I just feel like it's right for you. You're very unique. You're always doing something interesting. Okay, now let's get to your Divine Feminine Oracle. This is from a deck with multiple cultures and religions, but every card in this deck represents a spirit, a lady spirit who is just something to strive for, okay? So whatever spirit came out for you guys, they resonate with you, they're similar with you, or they want to work with you. And you guys have Lala. I guess I'm pronouncing that right, Lala. The saint of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. So we will read about her and then see what she has to say, okay? So Lala embodies the potency and power of our words to create our own reality. Lala Lalbed, or Laleshwari, was a Kashmiri mystic and poet who lived in the 14th century. She was married at the age of 12 but was extremely unhappy as a wife. She left her home at age 24 to take sannyasi, oh my gosh, why can't I read today? Renunciation. She became a Shaivite. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of these words right. A devotee of Shiva. Lala walked the streets naked, dancing and reciting her love poems to the divine. First off, pause. That sounds like a vibe, okay? Can we all agree that that sounds like a vibe? Okay. I want to dance the streets naked, dancing and reciting love poems to the divine. Like, what? She wore only the markings of her devotion to Shiva on her forehead. Lala was the creator of a mystical form of poetry called Vox, which means speech or voice. The verses of poetry that she spoke are considered the earliest compositions in the Kashmiri language. Her words reflect the spiritual truth of non-duality that she realized as a mystic. Above, temple, and below, idol, are one. With her poetry, she found the unity in all things and the freedom that follows. I, Lala, entered through the door of the garden of my mind and saw Shiva and Shakti united into one. Oh joy! There I became immersed in the lake of nectar and died even while I was still alive. What can death do to me now? The Kashmiri language is filled with her sayings. She is known as a prophetess, a saint, and even an avatar. Although illiterate, she used the inherent power of her every word to transcend duality and enter a state of blissful union with the divine. So when your soul connects with this card, connects with her soul, and when she presents herself in this way, it says this: words have the power to shift our reality or continue to reinforce it. Louis Hay, founder of Hay House, turned to me during a dinner party, looked me right in the eyes, and declared every word you say is an affirmation. This is perhaps one of the most crucial spiritual lessons to remember. If we are not separate from the soul, and if the soul is not separate from the divine, then we have the power to co-create our life. Lala is the invitation to pay close attention to each word we say to ourselves within. Oh, this is my cat Valak saying hello. He's sniffing the camera. There's his face. Oh, okay. And use unto the words we say about ourselves to the people we love. She is the acknowledgement from the soul that our every sentence is a prayer. If we want more love, more light, more of that joy and freedom that expands our capacity to be present in the world, then Lala reminds us that we can become the author of our own reality right now. We can speak our desires into being. Lala is the reminder that we are so powerful that changing the words we use to describe ourselves can change the trajectory of our lives. we can choose to focus our attention on each I am statement we say, and we can infuse our lives with the nectar that comes when we act on the truth that we are not separate from the divine. So the soul voice meditation is, what are the most powerful words for me to use frequently right now? What do you have to say to yourself about yourself that is the truth that you really want to have right now? Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. Yeah, you guys are very powerful. I think the power to use your voice, it's just beyond anything else. It's changed my life personally, like really declaring the path that I'm on and declaring what I want in life passionately, like completely changed things. And I feel like you might preach this to other people so often, group number 4, but take a little bit of that advice for yourself as well and speak the reality you want into existence. You can manifest anything. Thank you guys for joining me. You are very attractive, very just adorable, and free-spirited and bumbling about life, doing your thing. Very interesting, okay? Like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye. Okay, group number 5. Let's see what makes you sensual, attractive, beautiful, all that good stuff. We will save this card for last. You guys are being represented by the peacock. Okay, first and foremost, this is a spirit animal that only presents itself to people who are physically gorgeous, okay? Like, this is like literally people, you're jaw-droppingly gorgeous, okay? I don't know what you do to yourself, if it's like your glowing skin, your hair, your fashion choice, but like you never don't look at a peacock when you see one, you know what I mean? Like when a peacock has its feathers out, like you're staring at it, right? And so this just shows me the gracefulness which you move about your life beyond a physical level. This is just like you kind of transitioning from one stage of your life to the next super gracefully and super beautifully. You just have style, you know. I'm getting like a posh energy from you, just very classy, very intelligent, very mannerful, but also just extremely hot. Like very, like, I don't want to say the word hot though. I'm getting like sexy in a posh way. Like, you ever see Posh Spice and how she's just obviously stunning, but like just so classic, and her outfits are very crisp and simple, but like she does it so good. Like, I don't know, that's the vibe I'm getting from you. Let's move on. I love that you have the peacock coming out for this reading. Like, you're just clearly gorgeous. This is like unquestionable. Magician and the mirror. Okay, gorgeous and powerful, apparently. Victory reversed. Okay, so I'm getting lots of power from the Magician and the Mirror card. This is literally a card about manifesting whatever you want. I'm also getting a very seductive quality from you guys. Like, I think you can very easily seduce people into doing things that you want, which sounds bad, but I mean, is it really bad? I don't know. You know, it's just like, how do I describe this? People would love to have someone like you to go out to dinner with, to talk to be by their side. And so you do have an unnatural amount of power that you can exert over, this sounds so bad, that you can exert over people because of that. I don't know why I'm getting like sugar baby energy. I'm not saying that you're sugar baby, but it's just like, if you wanted to be, you easily could be, because I think people would pay money to go on dates with you. You know what I'm saying? The Magician and the Mirror just shows you knowing what you want and manifesting it pretty easily. If we look at the word attractive, it literally has the word attract in it. Like, you easily can attract the things that you want in life. It reminds me of something I read in an astrology chart the other day, and it kind of said your ability to attract things is so easy that it almost might even be a limitation. Like, it almost might hinder your growth, how easily some things in life can come to you. Because, like, you know, sometimes when we have challenges, it really teaches us and forces us to grow and to push and to evolve. But when things come pretty easily to us, you know, I guess there's not as much trouble there. But I like the balance here because you also have victory reversed. And this kind of shows that you're not quite where you want to be at in your life, whether that's in wealth or love or family, or like, you still have higher goals that you're looking at here. And even though you are really good at attracting anything that you want, like, you still set out for higher goals and evolution. So it's almost like you attract things with grace, you move forward in life gracefully, things flow very easily and naturally for you, which is absolutely something to strive for, and I'm happy for you. But at the same time, you don't let that quality about you hinder your growth. So I really like this, okay? Woo! Also, I'm getting like a regal energy from you. Random, but we have prioritize. Yeah, I think your priorities are pretty good as well. Like, I feel like many of you might be the type of person who easily could just get whatever they want from a partner because of how attractive you are, but you're just like, I have my career goals, I'm going after them, or I have my family goal, like my lifestyle goal, whatever that is, I am making that my #1 priority. And you also make sure to prioritize yourself, your mental health, your well-being, and that's why you have the peacock spirit here, okay? This peacock clearly cares about how it looks, because the reason it evolved to look as beautiful as it is for, you know, getting what they want. And in the animal kingdom, that is, you know, the right to breed. But for you, this is like, you know, I'm going to prioritize my appearance, my needs, my wants, because when you do that, it makes you more attractive, right? You have that wisdom, and you are just a beautiful role model for anybody who needs some more self-love in their life right now, you know? You love yourself in such a healthy, beautiful way. I like this. Yeah, I like this reading. I like you guys. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and get motivated. I really like this. Okay, we have spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. Yeah, I feel like you guys are almost like on the precipice of something really big in your life. For example, if you have your own business, it's about to expand really rapidly. If you have some type of goal in mind, it's about to really take off. Or you're about to like do a really big move, a really big shift in your life that you've been wanting. And I think the energy, the passion behind you going after your goals is what really makes you attractive right now. You know, you're not worrying about love. You're not worrying about other people. You're worrying about the goal that you have in mind. That's your priority. And because you're so focused on that, people are just drawn into you, you know? Look at celebrities. They're not out here crying over their, you know, douchebag boyfriends and girlfriends. Like, they are out here focusing on their careers, their goals. That's what draws so many people in towards them. That's why they're a celebrity, right? So I think that's beautiful. We also have compassion coming out for you guys. As you pray each day for a greater compassion, a new self is born, drawing new people and experiences. Dear Lord, help me feel ever deepening self-acceptance. May I see myself as you see me. Yeah, you have a compassion for, you know, I feel like you're not focused on other people, but you understand them. You're empathetic to other people. So it's like you're in your self-loving, self-prioritizing energy at the highest it could be, at your most attractiveness, without being like a narcissist. Does that make sense? Like, it's very powerful, actually. It's a very positive thing. Yeah. And I think your self-love is just so attractive to other people. Like, you have self-respect. Like, I'm not going to settle for less. I am going after my goals. You will not treat me in a poor way. You know, like, that's what makes you so attractive. Like, you will not settle for less, okay? Now, we're gonna finish off the reading with a Divine Feminine Oracle card. This has Divine Feminine ladies from all different cultures and religions. And you guys have Inanna. Yeah, Inanna. The Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Inanna represents the power that comes back to us when we accept and integrate our shadow. Inanna was the most prominent female deity in ancient Mesopotamia. At the height of her worship, around the Uruk period of 4000 and 2000 BCE, temples and shrines dedicated to Inanna lined the Tigris and Euphrates, I don't know if I'm pronouncing those right, rivers. Her name is Sumerian for Lady of Heaven. Her temples housed her priestesses, and they each would take a man to bed with them on the spring equinox to reenact the divine marriage, or Eros Gamos, between Inanna and her consort Dumuzi. We just had the spring equinox. Did y'all bed people? Oh man. The Heroes Gamos is an see, wait, I just want to pause real quick and say that, like, that's the vibe you really do give off. Like, I am a divine priestess, and like, you're giving me like siren energy. Like, you know, you're definitely not virgin-esque, okay? Not to say that you're not a virgin if you are, but it's just like, there's something very seductive about you. Like, yes, I will bed you and then I'll murder you. Or like You'll seduce men into doing what you want and have them worship you, or women, whatever. I just feel like you give off big goddess energy. Like, you worship me because this is the best that you're ever gonna get in your life, okay? I love it though. I absolutely love this. Okay. The Hero's Gamos is an ancient ritual of uniting the opposites from within, the male and female, the light and dark, and most especially heaven and earth. This theme occurs in accounts of Inanna's descent into the underworld to find her sister, Ereshkigal. She must take off an article of clothing at each of the 7 gates so that when she finally reaches her sister, she is naked. And when Inanna ascends, she does so with Ereshkigal's power. Yeah, you're giving me big seductive energy, group number 5. I don't know what else to tell you other than the fact that you're posh, you're sexy, you are a divine god or goddess, and people worship you. Okay, and when your soul and her soul select each other like this, it says this: Inanna goes through the depths of her own unconscious to merge with her twin sister self. She becomes more powerful because she is no longer using conscious psychic energy to keep her shadow or negative attributes hidden deep underground. She courageously descends and faces the aspects of herself that are hard to get to when she's fully dressed or cloaked heavenly in the ego. Heavily in the ego, not heavenly. Inanna is an invitation to get naked. Sorry. She wants us to drop our defenses. She wants us to see how holy and sacred it is to be vulnerable. I want to pause for a second and say that, like, what makes you so attractive is that you have this poshness about you that's kind of like, I'm not going to show everybody my feathers, you know what I mean? But when people do get close to me, I'm going to show them just how beautiful and vulnerable my emotions, my inner self is. It's like you have this beautiful divine energy within you, and you know how sacred that is. You're aware of how sacred that is, and you're not afraid to show that to people. And that's what's so beautiful. I love it. As above, so below. This is an alchemical adage that suggests heaven and earth are not so separate. It suggests that within us, deep down in the dark caves where we place parts of ourselves, the truth that exists there also exists right here on the surface of our everyday lives. So if we are exerting great amounts of energy to keep from seeing our shadow, it is actually playing a large role in our conscious life. When we can face what we think is dark or negative about us, I mean really embrace it and see it for what it is, a beautiful broken place that's a call for love, then we can emerge whole, more whole. We can marry the light and dark aspects of our being, and in uniting with our own twin sister from the depths, we can stop projecting her onto other women. We can see and own the hot mess we often are, and not get sabotaged by it. The light must cast a shadow, and the high priestess is the one who gets called to love them both. Your soul voice meditation is, can I love my shadow as much as my light? And the intention is, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. And yeah, guys, when I first became a medium, I wasn't surrounded by beautiful, loving spirits. I connected with a lot of demons, a lot of really dark entities, because I was at a very vulnerable place in my life and I had no mentor. And what I learned from that experience is that if you want to really be at peace with every single soul that you encounter, no matter how light or dark, you have to treat them with love and acceptance and respect, and love everyone for who they are, no matter how dark or scary they might appear energetically. We love them, and you have to do that same thing within yourself. Love the parts of you that are negative. Love the parts of you that need a little bit more healing, a little bit more work. Love the parts of you that are beautifully messy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, maybe you might be emotionally dysregulated sometimes. Maybe you might be, I don't know, whatever your negative things are. We all have our things, you know. Embrace that for what it is, and not in a way that makes you like, oh, well, this is my problem and I'm not going to solve it. I'm going to treat everyone like garbage. But more so, love that part of yourself and understand that you're a whole beautiful divine being that is made up of both light and dark, spirit and earth. Okay? Oh gosh, I just love this reading for you. So overall, you are very magnetic. as an individual. You are very vulnerable. And you know what? I'm seeing, like, sometimes I find the most charming people are the types of people who aren't afraid to tell stories and share parts of themselves that really are more vulnerable. Like, and embarrassing sometimes, like sharing an embarrassing story about yourself, or just getting really real with your emotions with people, even when it's a little uncomfortable. Like, that is so beautiful, and it makes other people feel, you know, accepted. It makes other people feel like, oh yeah, we're all just human, and you know, this beautiful divine soul, I shouldn't be putting them on a pedestal. I should look them right in the eye and love them right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? I love your spirit. I love your energy. I think you are a very sensual, very beautiful, magnetic individual, and you just have so much to offer, you know? So thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next one. Bye.